Man, this play is just stupid. This stock is crazy, guys. I'm so pumped to talk about this today. You already know what it is. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trades. We have technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Let's get into the video. Today, my friends, we're going to be doing the very first analysis on ticker symbol CCIV, Churchill Capital Corp, the company that is rumored to be merging with Lucid Motors. Oh my gosh, to be completely transparent, I do not have a position in this stock as of right now in either of my brokerage accounts. I am currently sitting in Sensonics, AGTC, and UAMI and AMC in my Webull account. But I'll tell you what, there is nothing that does not look good about this stock, and this is going to be something to add to a core position for a couple different reasons we're going to go over in this video. So, we're going to go over the fundamentals of the company, the why should you care, how is this going to be a competitor against other electric vehicles in the market, right? And then some recent news catalysts, things that are going to drive the stock price, things you can expect that are going to influence how the stock ends up playing out, and then the meat and potatoes, which is the chart setup. We're going to look at the 1 month chart as well as the 1 day, 1 minute chart to give both a macroscopic and microscopic perspective of the overall price action. I've got a couple different indicators pulled up. So the RSI is down here on the bottom. This is the relative strength index. Anything over 70 is overbought. Anything under 30 is oversold. This is an idea of both bullish and bearish momentum to give you an idea of when you can get the best possible entry point into a stock. And then I've got the 200 EMA, which is this purple trend line, and the 15-day MA, which is this blue trend line. The 200 EMA is the exponential moving average. This is a price action-based valuation trend line over a 200-day moving period, which gives us a macroscopic perspective of the overall price action. And then I have the 15-day MA, which is a moving average. Some brokerage accounts call this the SMA, the simple moving average. They are one and the same. And this is a price action-based valuation trend line over a 15-day moving period, which gives us a microscopic perspective of overall price action. We use these side by side so we can predict upcoming breakouts or breakdowns so that we can get the best possible entry points and exits on a stock. I personally believe that CCIV is going to end up being a long-term stock. I think they're going to be a big competitor for companies such as Tesla, NIO, XPEV, Lee, etc. So we've got quite a bit to talk about here. We're going to go over entry points. We're going to give a Fibonacci retracement, show signs of what the hell? Show signs of strength or weakness in the stock, the whole 9 yards. Let's get into the video. So, what is this company? What is CCIV? Well, this is a holding company, right? So we're just going to read this off. Formerly Churchill Capital Corporation 4 is a blank check company. The company is formed for the purpose of effecting a merger, share exchange, asset acquisition, share purchase, reorganization, or similar business combination with one or more businesses. The company is not engaged in any business operations and it has generated no revenues. So if we look at their financial situation, they do not have any financial information. This company is solely created for the purpose of effecting a SPAC, which is a special purposes acquisition. So that's what we're going to be looking at here. The rumor is that CCIV is going to be merging with Lucid. We've got quite a few things that do point in the direction of the possibility here, and that is absolutely beautiful. So, I've got a couple different things pulled up here that I do want to show you guys. This is Churchill Capital's website. Not a lot happening here, but we are going to take a look at the investors' resources. So we're going to take a look at the events. No recent events that we can look at right now, but nonetheless, essentially what these guys are trying to do, as I'd mentioned, is form that SPAC or that merger with Lucid Motors. And I do have Lucid Motors pulled up here, and I think there's a pretty interesting thing that I want to show you between Lucid Motors and Tesla, and why I think Lucid could be a very good competitor, if not actually a better electric vehicle than Tesla itself. So this is Lucid. They are a car company. They're an electric vehicle company, and I would argue a luxury electric vehicle company. So they've got a couple different vehicles. This is the Lucid Air, which is expecting delivery in spring of 2021, which would be absolutely awesome. This is coming out at $69,900 US. The projected range is 406 miles for the Air. We've got the Lucid Air, which is a 517 mile range, which is actually pretty solid for an electric vehicle. That's the big thing that's how it takes a hit, on these electric vehicles is they can't drive very far. But 517 miles is quite a ways at $69,900. And even compared to this vehicle right here, right, it's the same price. So I think the big difference here is going to be the horse. Honestly, I'm really surprised at why this is costing the exact same, but nonetheless, you guys get the picture. They've got the Lucid Air, they've got the Air, we've got Set the Dream Ahead Global Reveal Show, which is, if you want to stay updated, you can click on that. It is on their website. But check this out, the world's most advanced EV technology. So we're going to take a look at this and just discover what's going on. So they've got race-proven performance. It's a very fast car, as you saw up there. It had 1080 horsepower, which is absolutely solid. We built the Lucid Air to achieve benchmark setting range without compromising any of the high performance that makes it an extraordinary driver's car. Our world-class battery technology has been proven time and again in competition in the world's leading electric motorsport racing championship via our Ativia technology unit. And the Lucid Air has established itself as a world-class performer on the highway and at the track. 45 minutes is all that it takes to charge this vehicle, which is absolutely solid. And then we can see here, the overall technology, if we want to take a look at that as well. You can check this out on the website. Lucid Speed Team tackles the track, so engineers aren't just talented behind the computer screens and in workshops, they also excel at putting their hard work into action. Working together to test the performance envelope of the Lucid Era, Lucid Speed Team tackles the toughest testing locations in the world, including the sweeping turns and high speeds of WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca in California. So that's pretty solid. It's a very fast car, very sleek car, looks very aesthetic. Honestly, I've got nothing bad to say about how the Lucid Air itself looks. So if we come back here and scroll past down the technology, we've got their ultra-fast 900-volt charging. As I did mention, it charges in about 45 minutes, which is, longer than a gasoline fuel, right? So you'd have to take a longer break. But with Joe Biden in office, we do know that he does want to have X amount of charging stations across the U.S. by the end of his presidency, right? He's a very pro-clean energy presidential, president, I would say. So that's a big deal, right? That's going to affect how this ends up playing out. Your digital and studio experience. We're not going to get into that too much, but it's an advanced EV car. It's absolutely awesome, and this is going to be the way that the world ends up going. Honestly, this might take 10 to 15 years, maybe even 20 years to see play out, but you are going to see a shift very, very slowly over to electric vehicles. They take nowhere near as much maintenance. I mean, I think about a Tesla. I saw this tweet the other day, and it was talking about a Tesla and saying, hey, I've had this car for 36,000 miles, and all that I paid in maintenance is $80, right? Excluding like tire rotations and stuff, but you don't have to get oil changes, you don't have to buy gas, right? So you're just charging the vehicle. They are very smooth and economic cars, which is absolutely beautiful, and they look sleek as it gets. Look at this. Look at this car, my friends. That is a luxury electric vehicle. You can't even tell it's an electric vehicle, to be honest with you. This is basically like the Rolls Royce of electric vehicles in my mind. I think they look almost as sleek, if not more sleek, than Teslas. And the reason we saw the recent crazy price action, right, is this right here. And I wanted to give you an explanation. This is posted on February 16th, 2021. CCIV Stock. The report that has Churchill Capital shares roaring today. So check this out. CCIV Stock is soaring higher on Tuesday following a report that the special purpose acquisition company is nearing a deal to take Lucid Motors public. According to this report, Churchill Capital has started up a new round of funding that would support the SPAC merger with Lucid Motors. It looks like it's hoping to raise as much as $1.5 billion via a private investment in public equity. It's also worth noting that Churchill Capital already has $2 billion on hand from its initial public offering in July of 2020. If the rumors are true, it looks like the deal will value the combined company at $12 billion. Now, I want to take a quick peek at how much Tesla is worth. We're going to check out Tesla stock here really quick and just do a little comparison. This is trading at $796 as of right now. So we're going to look at their market cap and just see how much this company is trading at, and that is $764 billion. So if we just do a quick amount of math, 764 divided by 12 means this will trade about 63 times higher than Lucid Motor, just based on the overall market cap. Of course, we don't live in a vacuum. There are different reasons that, the outstanding shares is going to be different, et cetera, et cetera. But keep that in the back of your mind, right? It's trading at $796 a share with a market cap of $764 billion. So if we were to take, not just saying that this is going to happen, but let's take this market cap. Give me 1 second to do some math. Okay, you know what? So apparently CCIV already has a market cap of $13.636 billion. So I'm not sure if it's saying it's going to increase by $12 billion, in which case you would probably see the stock double. I do think if this merger is affected, you're going to see this easily be a $100 company per share, right? So that's going to be a big deal. I think this is going to be a huge growth stock with a lot of potential upside. I missed out on the initial Tesla run, right? And I think you're going to be missing out on another initial Tesla run with CCIV, right? I'm actually a little bit nervous for Tesla because they were leaders solely because of the reason. Of course, there's other good things that are happening there, but they were big leaders because they got ahead of the game, right? And now that they've got competitors such as CCIV, NIO, XPEV, Li Auto, maybe Solo. And the Solo is obviously not as cool as the Tesla, but CCIV is a great competitor. And with them stepping into the game, man, things are really going to change. You're going to have a lot of options, and I'm very excited for what this is going to look like here. And another thing I want to point out to you is this: a comparison between CCIV and Tesla. Now check this out. This was posted back in January of 2021, but it is still extremely relevant. Now check this out. To start, the two companies have a lot in common, and Lucid is already positioning itself as a Tesla killer. Like Tesla, it is looking to lead in the luxury passenger EV market, and its Air commands competitive specifications. CEO Peter Rawlinson actually got his reputation as the Model S engineer for Tesla and has been described as a similarly charismatic and quirky leader. Unlike Musk, Hannah Elot wrote for Bloomberg that Rawlinson is an artistic sort who once considered pursuing art school. However, there are two differences that investors should pay attention to. The first and perhaps the most obvious difference between the companies is that Tesla is an established industry-leading automaker that has also put legacy brands like Ford and General Motors to shame. It has multiple models available and an international footprint. Lucid Motors, on the other hand, is just getting off the ground, planning to start deliveries of its flagship Air later this year. So, Lucid Motors is not quite, a profitable company yet, obviously. Tesla is very well established. This is a play that might take some time to develop, but so was Tesla. Keep that in the back of your mind, right? Tesla, if you look back on this, what would have been, I'm not sure how many years it took for them to be trading at, as high as they are right now. Why did that pull up? What the heck? So I'm not sure how long it took Tesla to establish into the monster that it is today, but if we look at 5-year chart, right, the growth is insane. They went from $33 up to $900 at its peak, right? If we just look at 2019, it went from $48 to $900. If you had invested in this in 2019, you would be up so much freaking money. So it is very, very realistic and possible that Lucid Motors could do the exact same thing, right? Of course, they are just focusing on the vehicles. In Tesla, you're investing in a lot more than just its electric vehicles. But nonetheless, I do think this could be a triple-digit stock easily going up to that $100 mark. I would say immediately after the merger is effected, and then it has a lot of potential for growth after that as well. The second difference is what has CCIV stock on the move. Rawlinson benefits from its exposure to life at Tesla. He knows what to tweak to beat the giant. As Joanne Muller wrote today for Axios, that difference is that Lucid Motors has a methodical manufacturing plan. Lucid has a factory underway in Casa Grande, Arizona that one day will be capable of producing 400,000 cars. Instead of ramping to that overnight, the company is embracing just-in-time supply chains. This means it will gradually build capacity as capital allows, starting with 7,000 cars in 2021. Bottom line, Lucid Motors has taken this manufacturing approach to avoid what some have dubbed a production hell as Tesla. At Tesla, that does not guarantee Lucid Motors will have better or even equal success in Tesla. However, for those trying to get in on the ground floor before Lucid Motors SPAC merger, it is another justification for the hype. For investors then continue to proceed with caution. There's a lot to like about Lucid Motors, but there are also plenty of risks. And what I want to talk about in terms of risks is this. If the merger is not affected, the floor is $10. And if you end up buying into this right now at $55, that is a lot of potential downside. So I would recommend having a trailing stop loss set for this by the off chance. I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's likely at all. I do think that merger is going to come to fruition, but if it doesn't, CCIV will crash to the ground. So that is the risk here. The risk is that this merger is not affected, right? The SPAC play, they end up going with some other company. This is all just rumors. This is all just BS. I don't think that's going to be the case. I find that to be a very slim chance, but that is a risk that you do need to keep in the back of your mind. So that is the fundamentals of the company. That's where the potential for growth is. I think this could be an upcoming next Tesla. I don't think it's going to be as big as Tesla, right? But they're going to be a big competitor. So a lot of potential for growth. I think this is a good long-term hold stock, especially if the merger does come to fruition. And that is what we're looking at there. In terms of the chart setup, right? What are we looking at? Well, we are on a nice, clean, ascending level of support right now. We always look for at least 3 touch points. We've got that 1, 2, 3. I don't quite know if it's going to come back down to this previous level of support, but nonetheless, we do have this level of support right here, which I do find more realistic as a level that it might come back down to in the future if you're looking for an entry point or to improve your position, dollar cost average up or down, depending on if you bought on the peak right here at $55. So I do think it's possible that you see, maybe not today, but tomorrow, a touch point at around $44.45. So far here in the pre-market, it is a little bit red, right? It did sell off just a little bit, and I don't feel comfortable saying that it's found a bottom yet, but this could be the beginning of a bullish flag formation. So we've got this insane pull right here, which looks very clean, right? And then the beginning of what could be a little bit of a squeeze down in price action. So we got this right here, right? Squeezing down in price action. And so far, this is what we have available, this level of support. So I would say sometime today it's either going to break below this level of support or above this descending level of resistance. More likely it's going to be above this descending level of resistance. Of course, news catalyst is going to help drive this a little bit. That is what drove the price action and the volume here today. And honestly, I think a pullback is more likely. I go back and forth. This is very overbought. It's on 74 on the RSI. The entire second half of the day yesterday, it was over 70, touched up at 86 on the RSI. So there is potential that it pulls back, and I think that's healthy. I do want to see that pullback at least to some extent. But if we look at this historically speaking, my friends, the pullbacks have not been that harsh. They're very nice, healthy pullbacks. This is a 50% retracement pretty much to a T. So if we get that same exact retracement, we just do a drop right here, right? What is that going to look like? That retracement would end up coming back down to about $45.99 or so. So I do find that to be the most likely pullback zone. I don't think, like I said earlier, that it is going to pull back to this level of ascending support today. I do think at the very most it's going to pull back to that $46.09 range, which would be a solid entry point into the stock if you are looking to get into this. The potential for growth with CCIV and Lucid Motors, if they really end up doing that merger, it ends up happening, they're going to be a competitor to Tesla. I do think it's going to be a $100 stock pretty much immediately after that merger is announced. And then down the road, years down the road, maybe 1 year, 2 years, I could very easily see it doubling up to $200, $300, even $400, which sounds insane, but it is what it is, guys. The electric vehicle sector is not going anywhere anytime soon, and that's what we're looking at right here. So potential entry points, couple different scenarios. If it breaks this level of support, I do think the next level you're going to be watching for is $46.09 today. If it doesn't, you could play this as a momentum play. You could buy in when it breaks this descending level of resistance and buy in at what would it be around $51.44 and ride the next wave up for that retest of $55. You see it break at $55, then you won. You're sitting totally fine, and you've got nothing to sweat about in the least bit. If neither of these happens and it ends up, just kind of trading sideways into tomorrow, I do think it's possible that you see a test of this ascending level of support at about $43.98. All that I want to caution you guys on is this is extremely overbought, and you might have to hold for a couple of weeks until you go green if you buy in right now. In terms of volume, it's very nice, consistent volume, a lot of green volume. I do think this is an investor stock and not a trader stock, as should be very obvious at this point, as we do have nice, consistent volume coming into this pretty much all the time, which is exactly what you're looking for. So that looks very good. There's absolutely nothing that I don't like about this play, my friends. It looks great. There is risk involved, right? If the merger does not happen, you're going to get smacked a little bit, but that is what we're looking at right now. In terms of the price action from yesterday, I'm going to delete that. If you want to check out the stuff that I did drop, just rewind the video and pause it and check it out. But we had this insane move right here, right? We had this little bump right here in volume, and then a huge push. Volatility is driven by volume. Volume drives volatility. Volatility is going to drive those higher price valuations. Hit $55, traded sideways for the rest of the trading day with this level of support right here. And from there, it really didn't sell off much. It just consolidated. This, to me, is a bullish flag formation. Squeezing down on that price action, right? So we've just got double confirmation here that this is squeezing down. 15 MA is trading just barely underneath the 200 MA right now, but I'm not concerned about that because they are hugging the lines just like this. I wouldn't even call this bearish territory, especially considering macroscopically speaking, there's the most nasty, filthy gap between these two lines, these two indicators. There's nothing that I don't like about this setup right now. And that is what I have for the video here today. So if you enjoyed it, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel. And consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Lastly, I have an affiliate link in the description box down below for Webull. This is version 4 for the desktop. Absolutely great platform. Allows you to start trading at 4 a.m. in the pre-market. If you use my link, you get 2 free stocks with a $100 deposit. I receive a free stock. Great way to support the channel, my friends, and if you're not interested, that is totally fine. I just appreciate your support by taking the time to watch my videos. I also have a link to the merch store down in the description box if you'd like to check that out. There's some great products down there, and that is what I have for the video today, my friends. If you enjoyed it, what am I saying? I'll catch you guys all next time. Take it easy, my friends, and peace.